Barcelona. New season, new project, here we go. Lionel Messi will return to Barcelona. Barca will sign Kimmich or Zubimendi. Laporta is considering the possibility of Neymar's move. No. Forget it and move on. We are about to see a completely different transfer window, a completely different new reality. After last year's miracles with economic levers, Blaugranas again returned to the times when every transfer was an exhausting ordeal. To have a clear picture of how bad the whole situation is, listen to the following insider shared by the Athletic website. So, before the start of every single season, La Liga clubs are required to cover the financial deficit formed by the end of the previous season. Barca had to cover the 6.7 million euros deficit. Therefore, in order for the Catalans to receive the green light to carry out transfer deals, this debt gap must be fully repaid. And you know what? Barcelona management had to pledge money from their own pockets. Thus, the board of directors were the ones to create conditions for at least some signings. It's time for action, right, Coolest? We think you've catched the overall perspective. There is no free money available, while Real Madrid are once again close to land Mbappe's 200+ million euros transfer.
¿Y qué contesta?
The head coach of Blaugrana, Xavi Hernandez, perfectly described the situation in which Barcelona finds itself this summer. We are in a complicated situation. We don't have the privilege of being able to sign who we want. We have to adapt. I can't give names. However, Xavi has hope. We have to strengthen a bit more. I think we are doing a good job. In the end, we will try to have the best possible team to win all the titles. The interesting part is that despite such catastrophic financial conditions, Barcelona has the opportunity to gather a truly incredible squad even now. Can't afford a top-notch footballer? Just wait for the one who has an expiring contract then. Barcelona are acting smart in this regard, but in fact, there is no other choice. They are simply unable to fight with the Premier League teams, PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, or Saudi Arabia representatives. Over the past 3 summers, the Catalans have been acquiring a number of high-profile free agents. Sergio Aguero, Memphis Depay, Eric Garcia, Andres Christensen, Frank Kessié, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Hector Bellerin, Ilkay Gundogan, and Inigo Martinez. 9 footballers in total. Quite an impressive list of names, isn't it? It would have been great to list out names who have been linked with a possible move to Barca quite recently, thus we get a better understanding of the club's current state. With that said, Kimmich and Zubimendi are worth at least 60 to 80 million euros, an astronomical sum for Barcelona this summer. Messi decided not to wait until Laporta and his team sort out all problems, and Neymar, according to the latest info, Xavi stands against the idea of Brazilian's return, since he believes that Ney is capable of destroying the friendly atmosphere in the dressing room. Who else was mentioned? Cancelo, Amrabat, Ruben Neves, Marcelo Brozovic, and many other big names whose arrivals were less expected to happen. If only Barcelona had a healthier financial state, they would definitely chase one of the two, Kimmich or Zubimendi. They would have no problem returning Messi for a season or two. They would recruit Cancelo at least. But if the unstable and tough financial situation is put aside, Barcelona, thanks to its popularity and ability to generate money, can still give it a go. With the arrival of Deco as the second sporting director instead of Jordi Cruyff, Blaugrana entered a new vector of team development, investment in youth. Luckily, Deco managed to impress supporters in a very short time. He was very close to landing Fenerbahce and Turkey's super talent Arda Güler, though the prospect eventually chose to join Real Madrid. Besides, Deco was a key figure behind the successful negotiations for the deal with the 18-year-old Vitor Roque. Barca will take one of its best centre-forwards of the new wave for a considerable sum. 30 million euros fixed fee to Paranaense, 26 million euros add-ons, performances, goals and trophies related. 5 million euros add-ons if he will be in the top 3 of the Ballon d'Or. The amount may reach 61 million euros, but most likely, Vitor will join Catalans from January 1st, 2024. Barca's budget will allow to register his contract right at that time. By the way, at the beginning of summer, we got one more transfer of a very promising youngster, Mikhail Faye. This guy is an absolute beast who can surprise everyone much in the next season. Check out a separate video we made about him. We'll leave the link at the end of the video. Also, Barcelona's sphere of interest under Deco includes talents such as one of the best right-backs in La Liga, 18-year-old Gundogan Fresneda from Real Valladolid. This year's U20 champion as part of Uruguay, 20-year-old defensive midfielder Fabricio Diaz from Liverpool Montevideo. And 19-year-old defensive midfielder Oscar Zambrana from the Ecuadorian LDU Quito. Things get even more interesting once you look up these performers' prices on Transfermarkt. Fresneda 15 million euros, Diaz 6 million, Zambrano 600,000 euros. Barca have set itself a goal to constantly search for new Pedris and Araujos, the ones who came to the club at relatively low price and are now worth a lot of money. Think of it as the club's new working strategy and the only correct way to handle the matter in current conditions. Find young talents and form stars from them. What will Barca look like judging by the given course? This question can already be answered. Firstly, the club is gonna sell, and sell a lot, already starting to get rid of players who will not be able to deliver in the renewed team. The contract with the legendary Umtiti has been terminated. Then Collado goes out, wanted by Real Betis and Las Palmas. Langley received permission not to train amid negotiations with Tottenham Hotspur. The following footballers are also available for potential buyers: Dest, Eric Garcia, Nico Gonzalez, Frank Kessié, Julian Araujo, Pablo Torre, and Ferran Torres. Ansu Fati managed to convince the coaching staff to give him one last chance in the next season. Dest, Garcia, Kessié, and Torres are ready to say goodbye forever. Nico, Julian Araujo, and Torre will be sent out for loans so that the boys can get more minutes. As soon as Alaman offloads all outs, the club will turn to transfers in. The key roles that need strengthening right now are the right back and defensive midfielder positions. Fresneda, Cancelo, and Arnau Martinez from Girona are competing for the first. The most substantive conversations are going over Ivan, who successfully stopped Vinicius Jr. in a face-to-face tie last season. As for the new pivot, Xavi's choice unexpectedly fell on Oriol Romeu, a Girona player also known as a La Masia graduate. His release clause is valued at the modest 4 million euros. He is very well acquainted with Barca football, and given the financial circumstances, Oriol could be an ideal replacement for Busquets. In fact, this is now the only candidate whose transfer may take place in the near future. As Abde, who has had an explosive season on loan at Osasuna and won the U23 Africa Cup of Nations with Morocco, has also fueled Barcelona's fans' hopes for the 2023-24 campaign. He could become the joker meant to unexpectedly bring new opportunities to the squad and fulfill the problematic left-wing slot. But it's for Abde that there is the longest queue of interested clubs. Barca are not in a hurry to sell him yet and want to look at the winger in action. Well, we should also mention the talented La Masia youth, whom Xavi has already used in training at some point. These are Lamine Yamal, Pau Prim, Casado, Kubarsi, Pedrola, Chadi Riyad, and Marc Gui. Yamal and Prim are now being counted on the most. Now let's analyze how competitive this lineup could be. Ter Stegen in goal, Koundé on the right, Araujo and Christensen in the center, Balde on the left. Frankie, Pedri and Gundogan in midfield, Dembele, Lewandowski in attack, and let's put Abde in there. Here are options available for substitution: Peña, Julian Araujo, Roberto, Fresneda, Inigo Martinez, Alonso, Romeu, Gavi, Rafinha, and Ansu Fati. Those from the deep reserve may include Yamal, Prim, Casado, Kubarsi, Riyad, Faye, and Gui. Don't forget that in January the team will be bolstered by Vitor Roque. Maybe the Brazilian will be registered this summer, if there are enough finances to confirm it. And that's how it goes, folks. In our opinion, we are expected to see a well-balanced and strong squad that is capable of competing for victory in all tournaments. What do you think of it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Barcelona fans, we hope you enjoyed this video. Give our team a like and subscribe to Inside Football. The further we go, the more interesting things get. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.